So we find out yesterday that the House Oversight Committee has agreed to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, this probably will not happen until after they get back from their August recess, which we are still looking at late August, early September before any of this happens. Now, maybe the committee meets in between here and there, but this story isn't going to go away, especially if Congress is just out of town. It's going to continue to develop, and it seems to be the one story that both sides of the aisle can agree on. But we find out that they're subpoenaing her for testimony. But one of the things that she was convicted of as part of all of her crimes was perjury. So how can we trust her? Well, Representative Tim Burchett, a Republican from Tennessee, said, well, you can't really trust her. But what we're going to do is they're going to offer her a reduced sentence in exchange for her testimony. And if she doesn't, agree or doesn't testify fully and truthfully, then she goes back to her original sentence, which she's looking at a potential life charge. Now, she does have appeals in the works, and I realize that some of her testimony isn't going to be full. She's going to have to plead the fifth in a lot of cases, probably, depending on what she says, because it will affect her appeal. She still will not be able to incriminate herself unless she gets some kind of a pardon or a commutation from Donald Trump. Now, we find out that Donald Trump is sending Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche out there to interview her, find out what she is willing to say. So is this setting up some kind of a commutation or a pardon deal? Maybe, but that could be the worst decision that Donald Trump could make. If he chooses to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, then you got the MAGA side all mad, because why would you pardon somebody who is convicted for being tied to Epstein and who was part of all of the horrendous things they did to children? They can't get away with that. Even if you commute the sentence, again, they're going to be mad. And it would be fire against the administration for doing it. But then on top of the pardon, there is no incrimination anymore. So she could not plead the fifth when asked direct questions. And Democrats would ask her, did Trump visit the island? Who else visited? Did this person? Did that person? And she would have no protection against self-incrimination to plead the fifth anymore. So we will see what kind of a deal they work out. If they do work out some kind of a deal, but they are dangling this carrot of a reduced sentence and in exchange for her testimony. So we will see if she accepts the deal. We've heard she's willing to testify, and we'll see if what this ultimately ends up looking like. But they're right. You can't entirely trust what she says.